Baylen Dupree is richer than you think. Here's a look at her net worth, earnings, and success. Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree's net worth is finally out now. Fans can learn how much she earns and her sources of income. She is living her life loudly on the first season of the TLC show. She neither takes herself nor her family for granted. However, she can't stop living independently. Baylen is a big TikTok star whose career has been successful and authentic. In the series, she admitted to her inappropriate self and made her supportive fans cheer for her on her social media channels. Her life is about how a young Gen Z lives with Tourette syndrome. Her disorder affects her nervous system, causing her to make uncontrollable movements and sounds like tics. What is Baylen's net worth? How does she make money? Baylen Dupree rose to fame with TikTok, but it wasn't a straight path. Although it has named her a sensation, given her a reality TV show and millions of fans, she struggled through it all. Many people doubted if she was an actual patient of Tourette's or just acting for the sake of reputation and followers. She has been bullied and called nasty names, to say the least. In the premiere of Baylen Out Loud, Baylen opened up about how neighbors in her hometown and social media users targeted her. For them, her condition of exaggerated tics is bullshit. Despite the comments from her naysayers, she continued narrating her story of being impacted by Tourette since the age of 15. She said she got her final diagnosis in 2020, before her 18th birthday. According to the latest reports by In Touch Weekly, Baylen Dupree has an approximate net worth of between $1 million and $5 million. The source highlighted that she has built her million fortune from her online presence through platforms like TikTok. While she is also active on Instagram, her main source of income has always been TikTok. Currently, Baylen has 10.4 million followers, and she has received multiple sponsorships for promoting brands. She worked hard to build her own brand, which is herself. The TLC celeb started posting videos on TikTok after facing bullying from her classmates in math class. She accepted that she was anxious before coming out strong. The bullying allowed Baylen to break free from her shell. She stopped worrying about her condition, prompting her to create and post her first TikTok back in 2021. This resulted in her becoming famous overnight, as one of her tics became a viral sound on TikTok. She achieved her feats with that. It basically brought to everyone's attention that something was wrong with me, so I flipped it, Baylen told People in 2023. She further explained she no longer wanted to stay the same person again. She was sick of hiding from the eyes of people because she had no control over herself. As she embraces herself, she expects others to do it. Baylen Dupree's sister has a bit of resentment. Fans are feeling as though Baylen Dupree's sister, Sammy, has a bit of resentment towards Baylen. This may come from Baylen getting a lot of attention with her disorder. There is a lot to unfold when it comes to this. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Baylen Dupree wants to be more independent in life. She wants to move out and live with her now fiancé, Colin Dooley. However, there are a lot of problems when it comes to Baylen living on her own. With her Tourette syndrome, she does things that she cannot control. Her parents are worried about her safety, especially in places like the kitchen when she has hot stoves and knives. However, Baylen is ready to move out of her parents' home and start navigating life on her own. Fans have gotten to see her journey to finding the perfect place for her and her fiancé to live. Fans seem to think that Baylen's sister, Sammy, has a bit of resentment towards Baylen. Something about Sammy throws me off every way as possible, like she wants that apartment, so let her live, she can do whatever she sets her mind to. Yeah, I feel like her sister has a bit of resentment, maybe from Baylen getting a lot of attention from her disorder. But she does seem like she frames her opinions as support, but in actuality is hating on Baylen and her happiness and capabilities. It's tough to be the sibling of someone who is disabled and has high support needs. Her brothers have each other, she and Baylen are the only girls, and she is probably overshadowed by Baylen's needs. I think she's seeing things very realistically, and everyone else is hopeful that Baylen can do everything a typical 21-year-old can do. Unfortunately, it's not always the case. I agree with you. Let her live and find her way. Her sister sometimes comes off like a hater. But maybe there's something underlying going on there. It seems as though fans want her sister to let Baylen live her life. They think that her sister might have some resentment towards Baylen due to her getting a lot of attention because of her Tourette's. However, Sammy may just be being protective over her sister like her parents are. This could be a big possibility. However, fans think she needs to take a step back. What do you think about Sammy? Do you agree with others? Sound off in the comments below. Baylen Dupree unable to find a place to live because of her tics. Apartment hunt becomes a challenge. Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree is finding a new home with boyfriend Colin Dooley. However, due to her tics, she is unable to find a suitable one that suits her needs. There is no one day that the couple will not struggle while hunting for an apartment. Even though she likes the property, some features make her back out of the possible deal. Baylen, who has Tourette syndrome, can't control her tics at all. She lives with her parents and siblings in the family house. However, she has found love with Colin and wants to move in with him to start their premarital journey. They exchanged rings recently and have already begun to imagine a bright future. Keep reading to find out what happened during Baylen's house search. Baylen Dupree faces difficulty when she does simple everyday tasks. Her Tourette causes severe tics, making her move her body without having control over her own body. The reality star also says many things that she may not want to. These symptoms stopped her from living a life of her own. Colin and Baylen have been together for a while now. Colin cares for and protects Baylen. When they wish to find a place for themselves, her parents didn't like the idea. They are concerned about their daughter's well-being, especially in places like the kitchen. However, Baylen is not ready to listen to her parents anymore since she feels she is grown up and must do things alone. Hence, she wants to move from her parents' house to one of her own. In the latest episode of Baylen Out Loud, Baylen Dupree and Colin get together to go house hunting with a realtor. Her parents accompany the pair. While they start touring at an apartment, they see the balcony. As they enter together on the balcony, Baylen suddenly makes offensive comments about the balcony's railing. However, viewers know Baylen isn't at fault at all. After all, she suffers from Tourette's tics. Sadly, the apartment is located near a gas station and on a busy street. The surroundings make Baylen's parents disagreeable because their girl isn't meant for a balcony. According to them, some people may not like what Baylen says. Therefore, Baylen's mom and dad make it clear to her and Colin that they can't allow them to have a balcony. Watching the teaser, many fans commented on their thoughts. Some think the TLC celeb's parents are holding her back and overprotecting her, while others say they are just worried. It appears that Baylen will live without a balcony because of her fear of heights. She couldn't stand for long on the balcony before shouting bad words. It's just okay if a few people don't like her for what she says and how she speaks. Even if she is angry over her, she can't do much about it. There's a lot we've learned from TikTok sensation and TLC's Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree. For starters, Tourette syndrome is real and manifests in many ways. For Baylen, it's mostly through her tics. In a January 2025 interview with Entertainment Tonight, she revealed that she doesn't like being known for her tics or addressed with one of her famous lines because, quite frankly, she's not a TikTok trend, she's a person. While Baylen is very open about her Tourette syndrome, including how it makes her feel and how she navigates life with it, there's been little talk about her sister Sammy and the scar she has on her neck. Folks got a good glimpse of it in episode 2 of Baylen Out Loud, and now they want to know where the scar came from. Here's what we uncovered. It's unclear what happened to Baylen Dupree's sister, Sammy, and why there's a scar on her neck, as neither Baylen nor Sammy have come forward with an explanation. While some people on Facebook feel it's no one's business what caused the scar, others argue that since the show is about Baylen, and Sammy's life is being shared on some level, fans might be curious. In any case, folks have speculated about the origin of Sammy's scar. In a January 25, 2025, Facebook post featuring a photo of Sammy and the caption, "After seeing episode 2, can someone tell me how Baylen's sister got that scar on her neck?" One user suggested it could be related to a thyroid procedure. According to UCLA Health, a parathyroid surgery typically leaves a scar about 1 inch long on the neck, while thyroid surgery scars range from 1 to 2 inches. Sammy's neck scar appears to be on the smaller side, which means it could either be from a parathyroid or thyroid procedure, though this is still just speculation as she hasn't confirmed anything. Another Facebook user suggested that Sammy's neck scar resembles a tracheostomy scar, which results from creating a hole in the neck to access the trachea. A tracheostomy tube is then placed in the windpipe to keep it open and help with breathing, according to the Mayo Clinic. Surgeons typically use this procedure when breathing is blocked or reduced, and it's often needed for patients requiring long-term use of a ventilator. However, since Baylen's sister has her Instagram account set to private, don't expect any updates from her there. Instead, you'll have to keep an eye on Baylen's social media to see if she mentions it, or if the issue is addressed in their reality TV series Baylen Out Loud. While we may not know much about Sammy's neck scar just yet, it's clear she deeply cares for her sister and is incredibly supportive of her, even if her approach sometimes leans toward tough love.